Ladies and gentlemen,
The first
you are
look of
not
Dhurandhar
ready for
is
this.
2 minutes and 39 seconds long. And in this time, one man is flung into a vat of boiling dal, another is dragged through the street by a bike, and two men are cleanly decapitated by a shop's rolling shutter. In the title, they claim that there is a heroine. I didn't see one. But then again, I did blink a couple of times, so could be my bad.
Get ready.
Ranveer Singh returns in Dhurandhar, a movie that looks like it was written during a WWE fight and edited with a sledgehammer. I'm not here to critique the film, not yet. But I want to talk about what this represents, a trend that's becoming too loud to ignore in Indian cinema. It started with Arjun Reddy, who was a rebel without a cause.
I'm not a rebel without a cause, sir.
Yeah, right. I watched Kabir Singh, Aditya Verma, and Arjun Reddy, and I still have no clue what your issue is. Then came KGF's Rocky Bhai, angry, shirtless, Kashnikov slinging. He was a former slave who fought against the oppressors and took them down, and then became the oppressor, while his fellow oppressed continued to live in the mines. Not to mention, he also kidnapped and imprisoned an unwilling woman in his house. Because why should Italians have all the fun? And then Pushpa showed up, refusing to bow down. But to his credit, at least he treated Rashmika's character well, which I hope was healing, because all that healing would be soon undone in Animal, where Ranbir Kapoor took that rage into the 800 crore club by swinging axes into spines and daddy issues into monologues.
आपको बस पापा पापा करना है और मैं आपकी
Now,
एक्टिंग
let's
करूंगा.
be clear,
ओके, शिद्दत से करना
violence
पापा.
is not
मेरा एक ही मौका
inherently
है.
a
ओके.
bad thing in storytelling. Some of the most powerful films use it as a tool, not just a trick. Take Gangs of Wasepur. It's a sprawling crime epic that exposes the rot in India's political and social structures through generations of brutal revenge. Or Squid Game or Platform, where stylized gore is used to critique capitalism and greed, not glorify it. When you watch these shows, you leave with a sense of empathy and disgust for those who sit at the top and watch the violence. Movies like NH10 and Kill exist too, where violence feels real and has weight. It's a response to trauma, a test of survival. And then there's Badlapur, a slow descent into revenge, where the violence mirrors the main character's unraveling. It doesn't serve to make him look cool, but it makes him look broken. But in Animal, Pushpa, KGF, and most likely Durandar, violence doesn't reveal anything. It's spectacle without a soul, a fireworks display of broken bones, bloodied faces, and slow mo violent shots that exist for one purpose alone, to make the hero look badass. Now, I'm not blaming the creators for making such content because the real question is, why is this working? Why are men who speak with their fists and only their fists pulling in such massive numbers at the box office? I have two hypotheses. Hypothesis number one, this kind of violence is cathartic. In a world where daily life feels increasingly uncertain, rising prices, shrinking jobs, endless traffic, digital burnout, many viewers are walking into these movies with a head full of pressure. And when you watch a movie like Dhurandhar or Animal, where the hero doesn't negotiate, he doesn't compromise, he doesn't talk about his feelings, he just smashes his way out of every problem in your life. That's cathartic. No matter how unrealistic, it gives the audience something they don't get in real life: control, power, a moment of total release. At least for a few hours, it feels like immense relief. The second hypothesis I have is that this is insecurity wrapped into aggression. We are living in a time where traditional ideas of masculinity are being questioned. Men are being asked to talk more, listen better, cry without shame, be equal partners, unlearn years of conditioning. And while that's all essential progress, not everyone is ready to do the emotional heavy lifting. These films offer a shortcut. They're a fantasy where the man doesn't need to change, everyone else around him will. Where sensitivity is a weakness and anger is strength. Where brute force solves every problem. It's a return to the macho comfort zone: fists, fury, and fearlessness. In this world, you don't have to evolve, you just have to dominate. The Indian cinema has always been a place of duality, where art and excess have danced side by side. And while these new age action spectacles rake in the money, let's not forget that audiences also showed up for Barfi, Lutera, Masan, and Sita Raman. And the new drama that took the world by a storm is When Life Gives You Tangerines. And if this man is not a masculine man, I don't know who is. Let's be honest, Durandar is going to be a blockbuster. But it's also a symptom of an industry that is in love with rage, in awe of blood, and obsessed with a hero who looks good killing, and of an audience who is so frustrated and morally bankrupt that they secretly enjoy watching men kill without consequence. So, when the dust settles and the dal cools down, will we remember the characters or just the chaos? If you agree with my analysis, leave me a comment. And if you don't, then definitely leave me a comment. See you all next time.